Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back with Ralf Friedrichs. Today is a brand new week, a brand new day, and it's time maybe for a brand new way of living for you. We're going to talk about 10 facts about binge drinking and how it affects your health. We're going to define what is binge drinking. But first, I want to talk about I Declare My 31 Promises by Joel Osteen. And I did declare to you folks, my audience, that I would do 31 shows with one declaration for every show. Since that promise was made, this is day 14, or otherwise known as show 14. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read the declaration for day 14. Let me just turn this down. I declare that I will use my words to bless people. I will speak favor and victory over my family. I will help call out their seeds of greatness by telling them, I am proud of you. I love you. You are amazing. You are awesome. You are talented. And you are beautiful too. You will do great things in life. This is my declaration. Let's read that one more time. I declare that I will use my words to bless people. I will speak favor and victory over my family, friends, loved ones. I will help call their seeds of greatness by telling them, I am proud of you. I love you. You're amazing. You're awesome. You will do great things in life. You are beautiful. You are so talented. This, folks, is my declaration for show 14 since I made my promises to do the 31 promises, lifetime promises by Joel Osteen. So again, this is my show 14 being the 14th promise. So we are going to talk about the binge drinking in it and how it affects your health. I just want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Dr. Luis Gonzalez from Starting Point. That's StartingPointMN.com. That's StartingPointMN.com. You can reach him at 844-414-8444. Dr. Luis Gonzalez has two entities, well, now three, but we're only going to talk about the two. Two entities to his business. The one is like mine, where he does coach you. If you are going from addiction to recovery and you need that extra oomph, someone to help lift those answers that you already have within you out to the surface, call him at 844-414-8444. He will walk with you 24 hours at a time, today and tomorrow. He, like myself, we're not counselors or therapists, so we'll never talk about your past. He also can turn you, that's right, you, into an addiction recovery coach. If you possess professionalism, passion, and personality, and you have some sort of addiction background, whether it be your own battles or maybe helping a friend or loved one battle addiction, you would make a perfect candidate. And I want you to please call Dr. Luis Gonzalez at 844-414-8444 and go to his website at www.startingpointmn.com. The MN stands for Minnesota. Reach out to Dr. Luis Gonzalez. You can reach out to me. As everyone's very well aware, we've kind of now started in the last maybe month or so, gone semi-viral. When you kind of like put in Take Your Life Back, today's show with Ralf Friedrichs, you'll notice there are hundreds of videos. I am now approximately on 15 addiction websites that have picked up my video to use, whether it's for training or for education or entertainment. Hopefully not entertainment as much, because I don't find myself entertaining at all. Only when I don't know how to pronounce a word too well. That's when it's entertaining. But reach out to me, 844-405 and help. 844-405-HELP. Text me 24/7 at 631-599-0218. And you can also go to Facebook. We have the Clear Reform Open Group. Come and stop by and say hello to everyone. We have about 750 members now. We also have two pages. We have the Clear Reform and we have the clearviews.info. And the clearviews.info also has a website, www.clearviews.info. And Clearviews is spelled CLEARVIEWS.info. And that is merely, purely educational. It's instructional website that has tons of videos, my own. We have plenty articles and newspaper clippings from doctors, psychologists, and psychiatrists. They are the professionals. I am a addiction recovery coach. My job is to help motivate you, to make you see that there is a better tomorrow. And folks, I'm telling you right now, there is a better tomorrow. What you need to do is to let the light into your heart, let the sunshine into your heart, and you will get nothing but positive results. I promise you that. Let's go into the 10 facts about binge drinking. Alcohol is a common recreational activity for many people. So is drugs. So when I talk about the binge drinking, maybe you want to even think about if you're doing drugs, because a lot of this reflects the drug addicted folks also. So, so much so that many of us forget that it's still a drug that can pose serious mental and physical harm, not if not consumed in moderation and under controlled circumstances. And I talk about this all the time because I am not criticizing anyone, and I mean anyone that drinks alcohol. What I do have an issue with, and more for me than for anyone else, but it is my job as an addiction recovery coach, my job as your host, to motivate you and to bring you to the light as far as recovery, that there is a better life. But I don't have a problem if you drink socially. I know plenty of Christians that drink a beer or two or wine or two. The difference between that situation and my situation is that when I start, I can't stop. So, with the grace of God and my strong will and my method, I don't have the urge to even try. I would never even consider trying because it's not worth suffering the physical consequences, the mental consequences, and the spiritual consequences. Not worth it. However, where we draw the line in society where social drinking is norm and alcohol consumption is increasing amongst teens and young adults to the point where binge drinking is becoming prevalent. What is binge drinking, you might ask? How would you define it? I mean, before I even read this, binge drinking to me is what I was doing 7 days a week, 365 days a year, which was drinking excessively, drinking quickly, as fast as possible. Example: walking home, let's say from a local store, and there's a liquor shop next door, grabbing 15 shots of vodka, walking less than 2 miles and consuming those 15 shots of vodka, that's binge drinking. Binge drinking is characterized as drinking heavily over a short period of time or drinking continuously over a number of days or weeks. Hence the word binge. So if you consume a lot, like I used to for the effect, I wanted to get that drunkenness as quick as possible, and sometimes couldn't stop for days. Couldn't stop, just kept drinking. One hangover went to the next hangover, went to the next hangover. One blackout went to the next blackout, and you get what I'm saying. So binge drinking is characterized as drinking heavily over a short period of time or drinking continuously over a number of days or weeks. How is binge drinking characterized? Common definitions of binge drinking include a person who drinks to get drunk. Bingo, that was me. Regular bouts of heavy drinking or intermittent episodes of excessive drinking. Bingo, that was me. Johnny, tell me what I won. I've got two so far. A person who consumes 5 or more alcoholic drinks in one sitting. Bingo, that was me. I just batted 1,000 because I got all three just for me. How many of these affect you? Do you drink to get drunk? Do you have a regular bout of heavy drinking where the episodes are excessive drinking? Do you consume 5 or more drinks a day? That, folks, if you answered even 2 out of those 3, even 1 out of those 3, that's binge drinking. Age associated with binge drinking. Those who start drinking alcohol heavily in an early age and are likely to develop alcohol related problems, alcoholism, cirrhosis late in life. Folks, I started very early in my life. How old were you? I don't think too many people started drinking heavily in their 40s and 50s. And if they did, they obviously have some issues that they need to work out, but the only way to work those issues out is to get rid of the drinking habits. Binge drinking and mental health. Binge drinking as a teen can damage the part of the brain that controls learning, memory, judgment, decision making, and impulse control. Controls the learning, so now they're missing out a lot in school. The memory. Let's just think the memory of just growing up it's yourself. I mean, just the memory of growing up gone. Memory of the good times. But I guarantee you they will remember those hangovers. Judgment. They start doing things that are just out of character. Possibly stealing, robbing, cutting out of school. Decision making and judgment, those two go hand in hand. And impulse control. Impulse control is something to worry about, folks. These are things that we need to worry about with our teens. Binge drinking and physical health. We just discussed mental health. Now let's talk physical health. Excessive drinking will permanently damage your organs, particularly the brain and liver, in a very short period of time, leading to alcohol poisoning and cirrhosis of the liver, which can eventually kill you. Folks, you probably heard my story so many times. I mean, geez, I've only have 250 videos, and I do talk a lot about these things. But when you do hear it, you'll hear it over and over again, how I had probably 4 or 5 brushes with death. One was in the Marine Corps over in 1983. One was in Alaska, where I could have been killed, but with the grace of God, I was protected. And of course, at least 2 or 3 overdoses of alcoholism. So, that is what that means when it can kill you. Liver, heart, brain. These are all things that you need to worry about. Binge drinkers are prone to injury. Heavy drinking increases your risk of injury as well as taking part in risky behavior. For instance, acute intoxication impairs your judgment, making you more prone to violence, unsafe sex, motor vehicle accidents, and foolish risks. Prone to violence. You start having those beer muscles. That's what happens. You start getting those beer muscles, and these things happen very quickly. Let me just check something here. Okay. Violence is something that is irreversible if it's to the end of the lifespan there. That's how violent it has become. Unsafe sex. 2 major things can happen with that. A, AIDS, and B, becoming a parent. Not ready to become a parent. Motor vehicle accidents, 2 things can happen there. You can either kill yourself, or you can kill someone else, or you can kill both. And then, of course, foolish risk. That's the beer muscles, the trash talk that comes with alcoholism. You get intoxicated, you think you're above the world. The short-term effects of binge drinking. The common short-term effect of binge drinking include a hangover and associated with headaches, nausea, shakiness, and vomiting. However, the memory loss and poor judgment it causes can lead to loss of valuable items, overzealous spending, car accidents, DUIs, embarrassing loved ones, unprotected sex, date rape, and feelings linked with it. Let's break it down. Short-term effects include memory loss again, poor judgment again, can lead to DUIs, it can lead to overzealous spending, unprotected sex, rape. These are absolutely things that come with binge drinking. And you know what? Alcoholism and binge drinking are one and the same. Alcoholism is the disease, binge drinking is the action plan. And then, of course, you have the sociable drinker. Long-term effects of binge drinking. Drinking excessively over a long period of time can lead to a deep-rooted physical and psychological dependency to alcohol, and that's what I had. I still have the disease, but I've learned to live with it. And those who cannot function without alcohol often develop emotional problems. Thank God it never happened to me, such as anxiety, depression, that affects and destroys professional and personal relationships. Folks, if you're sitting there and you're drinking excessively, and you know you are, we're going to talk about what needs to be done. There is no time to wait. Victimization and binge drinking. Alcohol is a primary date rape drug. In fact, approximately 75% of reported acquaintances rapes in North American college campuses start with excessive alcohol consumption, while about three-quarters of females who are victims of non-fatal domestic violence admit their partner or spouse was drinking before the attack. Drinking and driving. A shocking 10,228 people in the United States were killed as a result of motor vehicle collision with impaired driver in 2010. Now we're in 2014, with 1.4 million drivers arrested for driving under the influence. People don't realize, besides the fact that you have all that alcohol in you, when you get behind the wheel, it's like holding a loaded gun to the public, and you just drive away, and God knows what could happen, folks. Let's do a recap. 10 facts about binge drinking and your health. Alcohol is a common recreational activity for so many people. So much so that many of us forget that the drug can pose serious mental and physical harm if not consumed in moderation. However, where we draw the line in society where social drinking is the norm and alcohol consumption is increasing amongst teens and adults to the point where binge drinking has become prevalent. What is binge drinking, folks? We went over it, so let's see if we can do a recap. Binge drinking is characterized as drinking heavily over a short period of time, drinking continuously over a number of days and weeks. How is binge drinking characterized? Common definitions of binge drinking include, and I got all three for myself: a person who only drinks to get drunk. Is that you? Regularly bouts of heavy drinking and intimate episodes of excessive drinking. That used to be me. How about you? A person who consumes 5 or more alcoholic drinks in one sitting. Definitely was me. I did sometimes 3 times that amount. Shame on me, but applaud me, and I want to applaud you because I did something about it. What are you going to do about it? Age-associated binge drinking. Those who start drinking heavily at an early age are more likely to become binge drinkers. Like anything else in life, you start early and you become better at it. Football players, hockey players, swimmers, binge drinkers. Binge drinking and mental health. Binge drinking as a teen can damage the part of the brain that controls the learning memory, the judgment, and the decision making and impulse control. Drink binging and physical health. Excessive drinking will permanently damage your organs, particularly the brain and the liver, in a very short period of time, leading to alcohol poisoning and cirrhosis of the liver, which can eventually kill you. Binge drinkers are prone to injury. Heavy drinking increases your risk of injury as well as part in risky behavior. For instance, acute intoxication impairs your judgment, making you more prone to violence, unsafe sex, vehicle accidents, motor and physical accidents, and you might even take foolish risks. The short-term effects of binge drinking. In common short-term effects of binge drinking include a hangover associated with headaches, nausea, shakiness, and vomiting. However, the memory loss and poor judgment it causes can lead to loss of valuable items, overzealous spending, car accidents, DUIs, embarrassed loved ones, unprotected sex, date rape, and feeling linked with it. Let's go over that. Loss of poor judgment it causes, it can lead to overzealous spending. Now you're taking money away from your family and taking money away from the bills to feed your addiction. Car accidents. Cars can be replaced. Humans can't. DUIs. Bail lawyer fees, embarrassing loved ones. Family has to come bail you out. How embarrassing. You might even make the local news. Unprotected sex, irreversible AIDS, children. And I don't like to use the word unwanted because every child should be wanted, but children that you're not ready for. Date rape. You're so intoxicated that you're willing to have sex. And the feelings linked with all those above. Long-term effects of binge drinking. Drinking excessively over a long period of time can lead to deep-rooted physical and psychological dependency to alcohol. And those who cannot function without alcohol often develop emotional problems such as anxiety, depression, the effect to destroy professional and personal relationships. Everything you worked so hard for comes crumbling down. Victimization and binge drinking. Alcohol is the primary date rape drug. In fact, approximately 75% of reported acquaintances rapes in North America were due to alcohol, especially in the college campus atmosphere. Drinking and driving. A shocking 10,228 people in the United States were killed as a result of motor vehicle collision with impaired driving in 2010, with 1.4 million drivers arrested for drunk driving. Folks, if you have literally, excuse me one second, if you have literally made it through a DWI, you were handcuffed, bailed, court, jail possibly, and you have made it from not killing a person and including yourself, congratulations. But when is it time for you to put your thinking cap on and say enough is enough? When is the time when you finally realize that the games are over, that you need to grow up? When is the time that you will be that role model in front of your children, be the role model to your wife or your husband? Let today be that day. Let today, December 2nd, 2014, be the day where you say, Ralph, I am ready. I know I have a problem. But if you're going to sit there and pretend like you don't have a problem, you'll never be healed. The only way for the healing process to start is with your admittance that you have a disease, you have a problem. You cannot get help until you reach for help. I am here to reach to teach just as much as I'm here to reach to preach. I will continuously do this day after day after day. The only thing that can stop me is my expiration date. It is my mission to continuously help others because I help myself. I recently just said to someone, I forget who it was, but I said to this person, you know what? You don't even understand how this method, my method, works so well. Because I concentrate on material. Everything you just heard for the last 20 minutes was taken from the CDC. I study over and over to prepare for the show, do the show, and edit and produce the show with my wife. That's about 6 to 7 hours continuous educating myself. In the meantime, I'm helping you. I hope I am, at least. Ralph, I know I have a problem and I'm ready to start. Those are the words you need to say, and you don't have to throw the Ralph in there. I don't care. Just know that you have a problem and admit it. Reach out to your higher power, my God. You cannot fight addiction without your higher power. And there's a simple reason for that. If you were in control of your life and things were running smooth, would you be sitting there watching this video? 80% of the people watching my videos are because they have a problem. 20% maybe are for people that know people that have a problem. But if you're watching, you either have an alcoholic problem or a drug problem, or you know someone that does. That's why it's so important to reach out to a higher power, either for yourself or help the other person reach out, because God will control your life. We are just merely people put on earth by God to continuously reach out to Him for guidance and direction. I used to be one of those people that would laugh about that. No more. I used to be one of those people that used to laugh when I'd hear somebody say, well, we have to pray about our future. We have to pray about our bills. And I'd say, well, God's not going to pay your electric or your cable. I'm here to tell you right now, this is not just a recent found thing. It's been going on for quite some time, since 2013, folks. I am here to tell you that if you let God do exactly what Carrie Underwood said in her song, Jesus Take the Wheel, if you let God take the wheel of your life, things will automatically become better. I guarantee you. No, He's not going to send you money. No, He's not going to give you a new car. But what He will start doing is controlling your life, where you're going to see results physically. When you're battling addiction, you're going to physically see results. You're going to see a better looking you. You're going to feel mentally sharper. You're going to feel spiritually stronger, because spirituality gives you hope. And financially, you will see things getting better, because you're putting away the money that you were using to dope yourself up, to drink yourself to death, and utilizing it in better fashion. That is God controlling you, guiding you. You can believe in God, you can have God in your life, and not worry about addiction. But you cannot worry about battling addiction without God. It's that simple, folks. I have designated the last week talking about gratitude and thanks. Starting today, I talk about role model, about being a better person, about helping others. That is exactly what you need to do. And I read number 14. And listen to this one more time, because it's important, because this is a good role model. When you say these words to your spouse, to your children, I declare that I will use my words to bless people, motivate people. I will speak favor and victory over my family, friends, and loved ones. I will help call out their seeds of greatness by telling them, I am proud of you. I love you. You're amazing and you're awesome. You are talented and very beautiful. You will do great things in life. That, folks, is a sign of being good, being motivated, and helping others. When you help others, you help yourself. Whether it's in this form of addiction, whether it's in just simple bringing out the garbage for an elder, or visiting nurses' homes, jails, soup kitchens, helping there. What you get in return, you might not see physically right away, but I will tell you something that you get immediately, and that is your self-esteem building up to the surface. When you help others, you help yourself in anything you do in life. I do it in the addiction form besides regular helping others. But I concentrate on this because my addiction methods and my addiction forum is not concentrated just on addiction. It is concentrated on a well-balanced life. I am a master addiction recovery coach slash life coach. It is my job to make sure that I give you all the tools possible for you to battle that addiction, to learn to live with it, to perform and give yourself a well-balanced life. That is what I do. And when I do that with these videos, when I do that with my websites, or when you go to other people's websites and you see my videos, that is all done with sincerity, and I will pay gratitude to you by continuously doing that. Because when you view me, When you look at me, when you sponsor, or I shouldn't say sponsor, when you uh, like me, let's say on Facebook, what I get in return is what we've seen now happen in the last month or so, is that viral internet exposure that we've been getting. And it will continuously grow. And I made this prediction about a year ago to my wife that we'd grow to something. And I'm making a prediction today that we will grow further and further as time goes on. And I hope to bring people on board of this battle of our lifetime. This is the battle of the lifetime. The only other battle you might, and I hope you never do, have to face is cancer. But this is equivalent. But here is the good thing, is that you have a chance to battle it before it takes you. There is no chemo involved with this battle, with this addiction. What there is a strong-willed individual like you and me and God. Let today be the first day of your new life. December 2nd, 2014. Let the sunshine into your heart and your home, and I promise you this, you will get nothing but positive results. For anyone that's sitting out there that's had a rough Thanksgiving, you might have been alone somewhere. You might have been in jail. You might have been in a nursing home. You might still be there, matter of fact. You might have been in a homeless shelter. Know this, people do care and love you. Know this, that no matter how bad things are in life, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. Help yourselves as much as you can. Turn to God whenever you can, and you will see things will change. If I could, I would love to come and talk to each and every one, wherever you might be, but I can't. But you can watch my videos over and over, and new ones daily, except for Thursday and Sundays. But I continuously produce these with my wife for you, because it's you folks that help me. Let me put it in this form. If I didn't have an audience, why would I want to do these videos? And if I didn't do these videos, how would I be helping me? That is the teamwork that you, my audience, and I have formed. We are a team. We are soldiers in the war on drugs and alcohol, and I need you to keep supporting me by viewing me, by liking my Facebook, by seeing me all over the internet. And together, we will win, and I will help take your life back. Have a great day, but more importantly, have a sober day, and God bless you. Hello, happy Thanksgiving to each and everyone in my audience and your family members. I wish Thanksgiving came around more often. It's a beautiful time of the year when we all give thanks. We are not just reminded to be thankful, but also to express gratitude towards all. So some might ask, how can everyone be so thankful when life itself can be very hard at times? On that note, I want you to know that how thankful I am to you, my audience. I value the honor in serving you folks with addictions, family members with addictions, or anyone you might know with addictions, and look forward to being able to continue for years to come. As my core desire is to inspire and motivate, I hope you will pay gratitude forward, and also just take a few minutes right now and share with those to whom you feel gratitude, but don't always take the time to say it. Let them know how you feel. Let them know that there is hope, and how thankful you are for today and yesterday, but more importantly, how thankful you will be for tomorrow. Feel free to submit your thoughts to them. Text them, call them, write them a nice letter. That's right. You can also text me at 631-599-0218 or call me at 844-405-HELP and let me know about your struggles, your triumphs, but more importantly about hope for tomorrow. Let your stories, your experiences help via my show Others out in the open. Out there in the audience, there are people right now sitting somewhere at home alone, sitting in jail alone, possibly in a nursing home where family members aren't even coming to visit them. They're here alone on this Thanksgiving. Do they have anything to be thankful for? If they knew deep inside that God Almighty is watching over them, they would be thankful. But when all hope is so far down in the dumps, when you're in jail, in a nursing home, or in a homeless shelter, how can you really express gratitude? You can by simply saying there is hope for tomorrow. Go ahead, do it now while it's still fresh on your mind, and please call someone, write to someone, text someone. Do you see what life holds in store for you today? Do you know how blessed you are? You have so much to be grateful for. There is so much opportunity for those who can see that. Do you see it? If you are still having difficulty finding your own blessings to be thankful for, try asking yourself these simple questions. Do you live for today? Do you live free today? Does someone love you today? Have you heard children laughing today? Are you part of a family, even if you're in jail or in a nursing home? There are family members that love you. Do you have your limbs to walk and hands to touch, or eyes to see, or ears to hear, or a voice to talk? Or maybe you are one of the really lucky ones who enjoy all the gifts from God. When asked if my cup is half full or half empty, I always respond, I am so thankful I have a cup, whether it's half empty or half full. I have a cup. The more you think, the more you realize that you are truly blessed. Take this moment. This Thanksgiving is a wonderful holiday reminding us to be and act thankful towards yourselves and others. Stars do not struggle to shine. Rivers do not struggle to flow. Flowers do not struggle to grow. And you need never to excel in life. You need never to struggle to excel in life. You are a child of God and have all the resources you need within you to create life of your dreams. By God's grace, you deserve the very best ever and always. Know this. Have a wonderful holiday with many blessings. And remember, please reach out to someone within your family and say thank you. Reach out to someone that you might know that is in a nursing home and show them your gratitude. Show them that there is hope. Reach out to someone you might know in a prison or in a jail. Reach out to someone that might be in a homeless shelter you might know. Reach out to your neighbors. Reach out to your friends. But most importantly, reach out to God. Text me at 631-599-0218 and let me know about your struggles. Let me know about your triumphs. Let me know about anything that is good or bad in your life. Your stories count. Your stories will help me help someone else take their life back. May God bless you. Have a happy Thanksgiving, but more importantly, have a sober Thanksgiving. God bless you. Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back. Today, September 4th, it's about 3:30 in the morning. I just want to share with everyone something this morning. I saw a demonstration maybe about a month ago in reference to our dark side and the power of prayer. If you continuously pray over and over and over again, things will eventually become clear. Although a lot of times when we pray to God, we don't get answers right away. But if you continuously pray over and over, things become clear. So the demonstration involves this bottle, and if you see, the inside of this bottle is all dark liquid. That represents our dark side. And this cap represents our limitations. So we as a human, which is the bottle, have limitations, which is this cap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bottle into the sink and we're going to do a demonstration. So let me put that there. I'm going to turn the camera around so that everybody can see it. And hopefully you folks can all see it now. Okay, so you see the bottle. I'm going to turn the water on. Okay, so now everything inside is dark, which represents our body and our inside. And what I'm going to do, and this clear water represents our prayer. So you see the continuous water running. I'm going to now, as the prayer, as we're praying, I'm going to lift our limitations, which is the cap. And we're going to slowly add our prayer to this. We all go through dark times. I mean, I've had some dark years. I just didn't understand everything that was happening. I'm going to admit it that I'm not a super patient person. I tend to want answers right away and know what's happening and what I can do to solve it. I don't like not being happy and confident about things. It's just not who I am. But when I get down, it takes a lot for me to get back up. If we pray for a sign, which is this, the water is prayer, but just give up because we feel like God's already heard our prayer and He knows what we need, but He hasn't answered. It's kind of like when we were kids in the toy store and we kept asking our mom and dad for toys, but we never got any results. Yeah, it never worked for me either, but you get what I mean. Anyway, that is exactly what's happened to me in the past years. I have prayed and prayed and prayed, but haven't really gotten any results. The answer I thought God would give me, and especially in the time of frame, I thought my problems would be fixed, which was all before 2013. Then in 2013, my cap of limitations was lifted. This is the cap, remember this now, was lifted off the bottle, which is my body. Here is where I will just show you how that worked for me. So basically we all have dark sides, which is what's in the bottle, was in the bottle. We are facing, and we take the limitations off our mind, which was the cap I lifted. Don't limit what He can do, because we have to just trust in the Lord. That sometimes even after we pray and we just give up, and it is often why we get defeated. However, even though nothing has really changed, we just keep praying. That's the prayer, the sign of the prayer, the flowing Lord. Just keep praying and never ever give up praying. And if we do that and devote ourselves completely to the Lord, He will pull us through. The dark times will go away, and we just have to be patient. I know it's hard. Being patient truly is a virtue. But by never ever giving up on prayer, it's going to show you that God will eventually answer all your prayer. And the more we pray, which is this water going into the bottle, one day everything will become clear. You see how clear this is now? That is the power of prayer. Folks, I think that demonstration says it all. If we had a bottle which represents our body, and the bottle, everything was dark on the inside, and the water coming out of the faucet represents the prayer, day after day after day, just keeps adding to the darkness which was in the bottle. Eventually all that prayer has to turn what was dark inside this bottle, which is our body, has to change and become as clear as this water in here. That, folks, is the power of prayer.